Go to chess.com/live, make a free username, and then try to guess what the players are doing while we're talking, because there are more than 500 users currently playing the game.
That ending was still a draw, by the way. That knight takes g3. You just take with the bishop. Knight takes g3 with check, king g1, and that ending.
And you stalemate yourself.
Yeah, it's a corner draw.
How frustrating is that?
It's a corner draw. That it must be horrible.
Our first Berlin of the game. Does someone have a running bet? What was the over/under before we would see the Berlin? If you guessed before an hour and 45 minutes, or more than that, I guess. I've lost my ability to do math.
2 hours and 25
2 hours and 25 minutes, then you win the Berlin competition. But
we've seen this a lot in classical games between elite players. I mean, it's really not much for white. You can get the two bishops with ease. Knight f5 to e7 check is what's going to happen. And the point is that white, without risking anything whatsoever, gets two bishops, which is nice in open positions. The problem is this position is not so open, and the knight is not so badly placed. And then we see in development, black's rooks are connected. White still has some development issues going b3 or d3 and then bringing the bishop out. So,
we've seen this position played a lot in over-the-board, super GM level chess. So this is a position, unlike a lot of the King's Indian positions we've seen, this is one they both know theoretically very, very well. Although now we're kind of, getting into the roads less traveled. But Hikaru kind of flexing the bishop pair muscles on the king side. Things are...
Yeah, the knight will just sit on f7.
I guess there's just no dark square attacks. I mean, even if you go here, I go here. Even check does nothing. Black is just kind of safely guarding all of these squares here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So nothing to show for it right now. Hikaru agrees. He backs that thing up. Maybe relocate. I was just about to say relocate the bishop to a more fun home, and keep the game of chicken on the e-file going. White is still up the bishop pair, but as Robert pointed out, there's not a lot to show for it in a position that's really closed with some center pawns. Yeah. So much so that Magnus gets up and I was going to say, does he leave? No, he's just getting more water. He might want to manage his breaks, we'll say. But again, if you're just joining us right now, it's a big, big lead for the world champion. 5 games, which is huge. There's a lot of reasons that we could talk about why, but we're going to stay in the moment and own it. And right now, Nakamura needs to keep his fighting chances alive before the bullet portion sets in.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a reminder, we've guessed the move. It's fun. You just make the move on the board as the players are playing, and the person with the best guesses, who was most correct, at the end of this wins $250 and a lifetime diamond membership at chess.com. And please note that as people are getting more tired as they guess moves, you have a better chance of being more accurate and right. And speaking of accuracy, it will take a lot of accuracy from Magnus Carlsen, perhaps, to defend this endgame, because we see white has a huge spatial advantage. At some point, white would love to bring that bishop back to g2.
But haven't we seen this rodeo? I mean, Magnus already defended a position where he was grinded down in the middle game by the bishop pair.
But look at these weak squares, right? There's a lot to do. The bishop will come to g2. At some point, pawn to c4 is going to be tempting, and we're just trying to open up the queenside pawn structure. It's difficult because that pawn chain for black looks very nice.
Don't miss a fork. Mama always told me. Don't miss a fork. Probably now Hikaru's going to just play bishop g2 or queen e2. Both are sufficient. I guess I just feel more confident about black's position, not just because of what we've seen historically so far in the match, but because I don't see a clear plan for white to use the bishop pair. Look at that move, d4.
I don't like that move.
Whoa, making backward work of the pawns here, but as you said, it commits the pawn here. You didn't say it, but I assume that's why you don't like it. That's a move that really commits this pawn and opens up this diagonal. Interesting.
I wasn't certain about white's last move with bishop to g2 either. I would have tried to go f4 perhaps and try to go g4. You need to break open that light square bishop. The key is ending. Imagine the queens are traded. Just put them off the board. That bishop needs to get to c8 somehow and attack the pawn. So the bishop needs some open space. Right now, I still prefer...
And for all the less experienced chess players out there, to provide context to what my partner just said, it's really good, again, to think about the bigger picture. What do your pieces need to win the position? One way to do it is to look at the permanent targets. So Robert's trying to look for a way for white to open the position so that eventually these pawns that are stuck on light squares can become issues.
Pawn d4 now. It looks like... Oh,
pawn d4, knight takes...
I was trying to go queen c4 check and pin everything, but...
It's almost worth it anyway. It does look so dangerous for black. But okay, and Hikaru decides it's dangerous enough. And Magnus,
that
was a Magnus not happy. That was a
maybe Queen A2 check, perhaps just trying to bring the king out a little bit.
If you get the king on the dark square diagonal, does that help you? That's the question. Or do you just what is going on here? Check
no.
knight back.
Danny,
what's the problem?
Take on D4. Knight D4, bishop takes.
Oh, you just take it.
And you win the bishop on C7.
Boomtown. Population you, Robert. I was testing you this whole time, and you barely passed.
I knew I had a good idea. I just didn't put all the pieces together.
You know what? I don't want to hear it. No, it's just, you're doing so good, buddy.
No, Magnus, look at him. He's holding head in his hand.
Seriously. Head in his hand. This is not head in palm, happy Magnus. This is head in face and hand, frustrated Magnus.
I don't think there's a way for Magnus to stop D5 from coming. Queen C4 and D5 can almost be pre-moved to a degree by Nakamura.
Because there's literally no way to deal with this threat.
Yes,
it's coming.
Way. And once that pawn goes to D5, that bishop opens up.
Yep. And this is, again, a game Carlsen or Nakamura has to convert. He has to convert on these opportunities, as he has not done so far in the match. What a nice move. This is a very simple way to use the battery of the queen and bishop. And if the move D4 is played, bishop D5 is lights out.
Yep, pinning the knight and then taking the knight,
on D4, attacking everything, and it is over. Red Rover.
There it is. This is the comeback that Hikaru needs to re-enter the match. He had a frustrating period of time.
Oh, that's exactly what happened right there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
He had a frustrating period of time where he just lost a bunch of... Look at the score in the 3-2 section. 4-1.
4-1, yeah. No, I mean, again, that's been... He did do it before, back when the tiger was his avatar. We were having camera issues. Maybe he needs to metamorphosize back into the tiger if you're Hikaru.
I don't think it was Tiger. I think it was the Florida Panthers, the hockey team.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
If you know anything about Hikaru, he's a huge hockey fan, and he's a big Florida Panthers fan.
Queen G7 check is not lights out?
Not yet.
Queen G7, why not? King here, check.
And then Knight F8.
I'm not just winning on Queen F7 and Bishop B6.
Maybe start with Bishop B6, actually.
What in the world?
Yeah. So Queen G7, King E8, Queen G8 check, Knight F8, Bishop B6.
Queen G7, King E8, Queen check, Knight
Bishop
here,
B6.
Queen check.
I think Bishop first.
Bishop B6 first.
Just
okay, trap him.
Yeah.
Keep that
now
king
B7,
right where
you can't protect B7.
Yeah, I think Hikaru agrees with us. Looks like it's what he's going for. And just like that, as we skip back to the real game, things are the wheels are coming off for Magnus on this one. Hikaru, okay, Bishop B6 is actually met by Bishop takes B4. Not only does Carlsen win a pawn, but he actually defends the threat of F7.
It's a good point.
Hikaru just gave the I cannot believe this. I'm so frustrated that my opponent is Magnus Carlsen look.
Yes.
That was like, he was like, what? How am I not just winning here? And Magnus continues to sort of...
I think he is just winning, though.
Bishop F6 also, right? If takes with check?
Yeah, but perhaps after Bishop F6, just Queen E8 or something.
Yeah, this is a game that you have to win.
I don't know if I agree with Bishop to B3. I thought Bishop F3 was better, but there's going to be some...
Keeping an eye here?
Yeah, just keep an eye there. Queen C4 check makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like there should still be no way.
Okay, see.
But a win for.
But we did see in that game with the two bishops where it looked like White was just going to win that he somehow lost. So right now, okay, Queen.
This is a move. No.
It looks like a move.
No, because takes, he blocks.
I was going to just take back on B6 the pawn and just boomtown.
Frustrated.
Wait a second.
Takes if Knight D7.
Then Queen G8 mate.
Okay, so there you go. So Carlsen's run of defending this lost position seems to be
F3.
finally coming to an end after F3 or King H3.
Yeah.
Both.
Nice. Queen C7
very
is
nice
mate.
move. What? Look at Hikaru just frustrated with that.
Of course he's frustrated.
You see the look right there. He was just like, how is this not over right now?
Knight F8, he's going to go Queen F7 now. So he's going to maneuver his pieces. Bishop E6.
Queen E8 is mate. And that's the first time so far in the match, everybody. Everyone knows I've been waiting for this opportunity. Go, you ring it, partner.